Geniuses of the left and the glory of cars. Former Theranos CEO Elizabeth Holmes is most likely going to jail. She wasn't Steve Jobs with a vagina. She was a fraud. Now her revolutionary company, Theranos, is dissolving. All that's left now are the lawsuits. George Soros is not a billionaire philanthropist any more than Hillary Clinton is the most qualified person to ever run for president. He's a cross between a virus and a vulture, first indiscriminately killing whole colonies of prey and looting their corpses long after they are dead. Mark Zuckerberg is not a kid who brought the world together. He's just a creepy stalker with powerful friends. And those powerful friends will abandon him to the wolves once he's no longer of use to them. It's already happening, and good thing for Mark, he cashed out $3.2 billion in Facebook stock earlier this year. He'll need it to fund the class action lawsuits when it's proven he's personally directed the use of user data to cause material harm to people's businesses and spied on them for foreign governments. Elon Musk isn't the smartest guy in the room either. He's just a huckster. A talented huckster for sure, but the lies of the huckster always catch up with him. Like right now. The more Tesla comes under fire, the more Musk is revealed as simply a bipolar control freak who thought he could run a multi-billion-dollar car company the way you run a boutique collectibles shop in Denver. All of these people are the new geniuses championed relentlessly by the left. They are the media darlings of the past decade presented to us as the new faces of capitalism while pulling the strings of the political system to prove to us there is a better way forward for humanity. But there isn't. This con job of Soros's, quote, open society is nothing more than a front for the same utopian Trotskyism that destroyed Russia a century ago. They are the same tired, pampered control freaks the forces of centralization I call the Davos crowd set upon us to steal our wealth and limit our choices. And Elon Musk, in particular, is the worst of the three innovators listed above. Why? Because he's trying to destroy the car. And the car is the most important invention of the 20th century. It gave us freedom of movement in ways our ancestors could only dream about. Freedom of movement enhances trade and resource collection/distribution by orders of magnitude. It gave us on-demand mechanical advantage not capable with block and tackle or teams of horses. The ability to get goods to market is the main impediment to lifting people out of abject poverty. The car and the infrastructure that comes along with them provide that ability. Because people are inventive, their ability to overcome the most egregious circumstances is breathtaking when you stop for 5 seconds and actually think about it. This is what is so fundamentally wrong about cultural Marxism and the ideology of victimization inherent in all ideologies based on envy. The empathy embodied by the political left to help those in need is one, not theirs exclusively, though try as they might to portray libertarians and conservatives as heartless, and two, it becomes toxic when pursued without end, for it stifles creativity, encourages sloth, and breeds resentment as people are robbed of their agency. And Musk wants to tie the car to the centralized, massively inefficient electrical grid owned and operated around the world by the state. He wants to chuck a century of perfecting the internal combustion engine, be it powered by gasoline or diesel, into the ash bin of history. But if he really wanted to free the masses from the tyranny of oil, many of whom would be happy to finally have access to its life-improving benefits, he would have built the Tesla differently. The Tesla isn't purpose-built to revolutionize travel. It was purpose-built to serve the myth of man-made global warming. It's the Toyota Prius Americanized, fattened up to be a luxury sedan with the implicit message that you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have a car that is powerful, good-looking, luxurious, and socially conscious. It may be all of those things, but the Model S is something far more sinister than that. It is a con job, because it trades the reliability of access to power and storage of said power for a dream that no one should have been having in the first place. It is a sad reflection on a world awash in cheap credit and malinvested capital. Tesla has never produced one car at a price point that doesn't cost the company many thousands of dollars per item, and therefore its promise is a lie. As it not only eats its own cake, it also eats your neighbor's cake as well. I drink your milkshake, indeed. And now the narrative is all about the Model 3 being the new Volkswagen, the new people's car, to bring our higher community spirit to a consumer-level package. Because that's the society this bank-owned corporatocracy has created, the one where intentions and empathy are far more valuable than actually producing things that make people's lives better. This is in stark contrast to the original Volkswagen, which was a truly revolutionary product, in the same way that the original Mustang was the American car perfected for the middle class of the mid-1960s. The point of electric cars and worse self-driving cars is to make travel unreliable and further ensure that in times of societal stress, all the state would have to do to stop us from getting around is shutting down the grid. Compared to electricity, gasoline production is massively decentralized. There are thousands of wildcat oil drillers out there, hundreds of refiners, and one of the world's most efficient supply chains supporting its distribution at a price so cheap it would shock you at how much the government adds in taxes, providing subsidies to its competition like Musk. You can't store electricity reliably. It's an on-demand product no matter what the form. This is why 70% of all power generated goes to ground. And reliable electricity is the one thing that separates the first world from the third. Without it, a modern economy withers. And that's exactly what the geniuses of the left have planned for us. A homogeneous world of quiet desperation and the tyranny of isolation sold to us as shared community responsibility. In other words, it's just the same failed Marxist ideology that destroyed the lives of hundreds of millions of people in the bloodiest century in human history. Had Musk built the Tesla to keep us truly free, I would be his biggest champion. But he's not. He's just another failed genius of the left, and his legacy will be exactly that. Theranos is gone. Facebook is next. I'm glad to see them go, but there will be few things in this life I enjoy more than dancing on Tesla's grave.